Hey everyone, it's Steven at Gutter Pop Comics in Buffalo, New York, 1421 Hertel Avenue. It is November 16th, 2021, about 11:30 p.m., the night before New Comic Book Day. So each week we do a little video where we go through the week's new releases and do a little preview for our regulars and folks who follow us on social media. We do this because about a week from now we will be putting all of this on our website, gutterpopcomics.com, but we like to give our regulars and our mail order customers who follow us on social media first dibs. So instead of having y'all compete with the entire internet, this is the best way to make sure you secure a copy of something that if we can't reorder it, then this is it. This is your chance. So you can DM any of our social media, call the shop, come into the shop. We're open 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday, 12 to 5 Sunday. And yeah. So let me get right into it. We were expecting delays this week, but so one of our distributors, Diamond Comics, suffered a ransomware attack, and last week our books came very late in the week, and I think we got a memo saying something similar, like books, expect books to be delayed, or et cetera, and but they showed up, so we were able to get everything out for tomorrow. Volume 10. I think this is a number 1, which is a rare morsel for manga, but I believe this is like a pre-established series. I gotta learn more about this, but still, maybe a good jumping on point. 3, 18, 11. So those are pretty popular series. This looks really cool. This is like a Texas-based creator, and they're kind of just chronicling stuff that sort of folks who influence them or kind of help them with their identity or figuring out, just sort of like chronicling these different influences on their life. So very cool. Queers All Get Out, 10 people who've inspired me. That's extremely cool. New Rutu Modan graphic novel. Very exciting. Big fan of theirs. I'm gonna dig into that very soon. That's very cool. An Israeli-based cartoonist that I've been following for a long time. Okay, here we go. Someone recognizes these images, burned into their brain. Someone who's old and read these as a kid. Perfect gift for the holidays, or maybe yourself. The Art of Goosebumps, old horror kids books by R.L. Stine. We got Glenn Barr's. This is another art book. I believe these are all sort of like it's called Studies, and it's like pencil and then finished art kind of a book. So I love process books, so that looks really cool. I hope to open that up soon, crack that one open. I'll do a quick flip on this one. This one's pretty disturbing, so content warning on this one. From Grenada to Cordoba. The art was like a really demented, it kind of reminded me of the Emil Ferris book, like this, My Favorite Thing is Monsters, but really, really whacked out and disturbing. But I don't think it's ballpoint pen, but I mean, there it certainly looks like it. But yeah, it's like a mixed media kind of thing. Really, really gross, really ambitious and cool. I can't wait to learn more about whatever that is. Volume 12, Love Me Please, the story of Jackie Jorpjomp. So any Jackie Jorpjomp lovers out there, grab one of those, or maybe you got somebody in your life. Okay, this is really wild. So we got a comic in a comic in a comic in a comic in a comic. And this is like a really innovative, like sort of ambitious storytelling type thing where the protagonist is like checking out, maybe they're at a library. I haven't read it yet, but it's like so like the art style changes based on like the book, and so I'm really, really excited to read this one. But you can see that they're like just like going through kind of genre stuff. So we got some manga. Okay, let's check this one out. What does it say? This style has always been a little off-putting to me, but maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's take a look. And then it's like them reading the comic. And so, man, I just can't wait. Some of it looks like Matt Madden art that I'm used to. And then other stuff, obviously it was like part of the appeal was him exploring different stuff. So I cannot wait to read this. This is some nerdy shit that I am just so tickled by. So I've been reading Matt Madden's comics for a really long time, so that's also a very pleasant surprise. It's not a surprise I ordered it, but you know what I mean. I didn't know it was going to be that cool. The Labyrinth. These books are crazy. Tales from the Loop. It's like there's a TV show, but I haven't seen that. But the books are these like really beautifully like illustrated sci-fi things. It's like not comics, it's prose. But then there are these like really wonderful kind of vistas or like, scenic shots kind of giving you like world building and just like really zoomed out perspective on like the world that these characters inhabit and stuff. So yeah, excited to get a new book from that creator in. This is sort of like a biopic on the author who did, I've never read Venus in Furs, but this is more of a exploration of this author's like sexuality and like masochism and stuff like that. But so content warning, it's going to probably be some spicy stuff, but maybe we'll get lucky. And oh my gosh, can't print that, can you? Don't worry, I'll get a Sharpie and I'll just fill in all the stuff. But I'm a big fan of this cartoonist, Anne Simon. She's done a couple of books that I've really, really loved, and I've always regretted not meeting her at whatever SPX she was at recently. I didn't realize she was signing at the Fantagraphics table until too late. And I normally don't care about that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I was really moved by her graphic novels. So, but yeah, so very excited about that. I love her cartooning. New Sandman the Dreaming volume, new Beastars, love that weird series. This is a book on sort of pre-World War II Japanese comics and sort of trying to trace what sort of Western influence and, just like the history of pre-World War II stuff, which is mainly what I know. And so I'm very much looking forward to learning something. Maybe I'll learn something here too. This is a collection of old Tezuka comics from the 60s, late 60s and early 70s, I believe, including this short story, A Clockwork Apple, which is obviously a reference to the Clockwork Orange book. So that's really cool. And I'm always looking to read more of Tezuka's stuff, one of the all-time, if not the all-time greatest, I don't know what to say, classic cartoonist. You know what I mean? Like, just super prolific, made so many amazing comics, always worth reading, always a history lesson, always like even when they don't, just exquisite stuff. So this is a weird series, volume 11, volume 2. If you're looking for a new manga series, I think we still have volume 1 of this in stock, which again has been such a bummer, just trying to get manga in stock, but hopefully 2022 will treat us better. Kind of similar, with more baggage though. We got volume 2 of The Ghost in the Shell, the human, what are we saying here? The Human Algorithm. So I believe this is made by folks who worked on the TV show. Really beautifully drawn, really pro looking. I don't know if it has any real, okay, so just personally, it reminds me of something like before Watchmen, when they did the non, it's not the original creators involved. And so, it's everyone has different relationships with this stuff. If you're just such a big fan of that world, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, it's like it really just depends on when you come to it, right? Like, I've never seen the TV show, but I bet if for a lot of folks that was like their way in. So yeah, like with Watchmen, I bet like people just take it as a whole now, like before Watchmen and the TV show and the movie and stuff. Whereas just because I'm old, I don't know. It doesn't feels like non-canonical or something. But this looks really cool though. Maybe I've heard that the TV show is really good, so maybe I'll get around to changing my tune. That's some Judgment's Dread there. This beautiful once in future deluxe hardcover, 80 skeleton bones for that one. Some old ass Spider-Man comics, John Romita, Stan Lee. This is volume 3, so well past the Ditko stuff, all onto this wacky vampire nonsense. So I believe this scruff here is meant to indicate that some stuff has happened in 10 volumes of this comic. So I got to get caught up on that one. This is a really cool book, John Ridley, The Other History of the DC Universe. So I read the first couple of issues of this and it was very cool. It is like, it's sort of like, it's a lot of illustration and prose, but it's like kind of looking at the history of the DC Comics superhero universe through the lens of its like Black and minority characters. So like a really cool way to like address race through like the very popular like genre of superhero comics and sort of like look at the real world implications of that stuff alongside the like kind of just super insane superhero world. So very cool, very ambitious. It's now collected in this like really beautiful hardcover edition. So very much looking forward to reading this as a whole thing. I only got to read the first couple of issues, so that's a big one for sure. Kind of in a similar vein, although handled very differently. This kind of reminds me of almost like the way Chris Claremont would deal with kind of allegorical stuff in the X-Men comics from back in the day. But this is like, it's like a kid. Well, I'll just read the blurb. It's like, after being separated from his mother at the U.S. border, a young Guatemalan immigrant must learn to harness his emerging superhuman abilities while being hunted by the federal government. So, it's just like an opportunity to use kind of like this like fantastic comic book stuff to kind of, talk about something real, but also like, do like an entertaining, superhero-y kind of thing. So I'm very interested in this. Also tons of props for doing this bonus educator guide created by Reimagining Migration. So I just love how forward-thinking that is, and like just thinking about like how comics are being used and like what like just including something like that is just so extremely cool to me. Like acknowledging that like comics do have a very wide audience and they are being used for younger readers and stuff. I actually, now that I think about it, I wonder, so teen, but yeah, maybe this would be better for like a high school, young adult kind of a reader, but very cool. I'm very much looking forward to that. Who is that? Who's that man? Is that Jigsaw from the Saw expanded universe? Something's Killing Children hardcover, $50. Has a couple of the soft covers in it. So I think that gets us through the new releases. Were you here the whole time? I always struggle with these old Disney comics because it's like, are they for kids? Are they for adults? It's like whatever. Well, no one loves their child enough to buy them a $250 Duck comic. So squarely in my mind for adults here. So this is sort of like the ultimate edition of this these Don Rosa, the other good Duck artist, comic books. And so these are really great, and I loved reading these. To be tons of respect to Fantagraphics. I personally never read any of the Carl Barks or Don Rosa comics till they had started reissuing them many years ago. But I kind of had heard that those were actually good. What am I looking at? I am looking at a real commemorative coin or something. So this thing is nuts. Bailey and I opened this thing up. It is just exquisite book design, very lavishly produced, tons of extra stuff, fold out posters, just spared no expense, $250. Maybe you've got a Duckman in your life who this would just, this is it. Like, a book truly Scrooge McDuck would love. Thank you, Bailey, for that joke. He definitely said that when we were going through stuff. All right, toss-up. Do I look at the new comics or do I look at the kids' comics? I'm going to do the kids' comics. Piece by piece. So this looks really great. Sort of using I think this is all digital, but maybe it's like a wash. But yeah, I really like the drawing, and I really like the subject matter, like this person's experience. Debut graphic novel, man, amazing. Yeah, so Bangladeshi American girl living in Milwaukee, Oregon in 2002. So yeah, just really crucial stuff. Golden Hour, also very beautifully drawn. I feel like I've seen this artist's stuff before. I can't pinpoint where. Struggling with anxiety after witnessing a harrowing instance of gun violence. Dang, some heavy stuff in the kids section today, but that's cool. A little lighter, but I mean, I don't know. There's Uncle Ben. So this is these like Marvel-verse things. They reprint a bunch of, like a cross-section of new and old comics for younger readers from like featuring characters that, kids are interested in, the Spider-Man and whatnot. Star Wars, High Republic. This is another good like young adult or like middle grade, like, it's like a new Star Wars thing for kids featuring like all new characters and stuff. This looks beautiful also. Is this one gonna be real sad? The only thing harder than magic is friendship. Well, amen. I'm seeing a lot of tears. I love the drawing. Really cool. Okay, no tears in Splatoon. That's what they say. There's no crying in Splatoon. New Peanuts like collection. It's like a slipcase with 2 soft covers in it. A Minecraft book. It's not a comic, but kids love the Minecraft. Carl Barks. I forget if this is just back in print or if we're getting like a first-time Carl Barks collection. Soft cover of Peanuts stuff. So we've had all the hardcovers in stock, but they're printing the soft covers, going through all those. I read the first issue of this and it was really cool. So this is like a fun, like middle grade, fantasy joint. We got Donald Duck and Uncle Scrooge, War of the Dragon Lords. Peanuts Volume 9, the Color Sundays, so Volume 9 of that. And then a DC Comics Encyclopedia new edition. So, kids love lists, kids love, they love looking at all. I certainly love to just pour over like X-Men trading cards and stuff. And I think that'd be a perfect gift for somebody who's got a favorite DC character. So new comics out this week. A lot of regulars. We got Spider-Man, we got Aquaman, we got Batman, we got the Gardener. Okay, I will admit, I didn't see that coming. The Gardener. Batman versus the Fables, I think. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. This is wild. I mean, I'm just going to stare at this for a moment. They're like carrier pigeons with machine guns. They're the carriers. So that's cool. Don't see that every day. New number 1. Marvel stuff. This is like a blacklight second printing, I believe, or at least, if not a second printing, just like a delayed blacklight version of issue 1 of this. So pretty cool. New series, Eat the Rich, number 4. You know, I'm watching that, what's that show? I'm watching a TV show, everyone, just like everyone else. I don't get to watch a lot of TV shows, but it's called Succession. Everybody's talking about it. But yeah, that's Eat the Rich, just maybe an alternate title for that show. I'd love to see that go in that direction. This is a cool new kids series. So if anyone's looking to get their young friend hooked on comics, this looks like a good one. I really like that cover. This is definitely what the art looks like inside, but that looks really cool. Issue number 9, Ginseng Roots, new God Killer series number 1, Green Lantern. This is Shiny, not Shiny. Shiny, not Shiny. Shiny. Second printing of issue 1 of House of Slaughter, spinoff of Something's Killing the Children. Maybe our best-selling comic book right now. This is actually, so our copies just showed up late, I don't know why, but this is like the B cover. So it's the first printing of the first issue. We got the Justice League, we got the K. Zerman, this Kingspan. This is like a YA Black Panther series. It's pretty cool, Legends of the Black Panther. I mean, I don't know if it's explicitly YA, but that was certainly my read of the first issue. It was very cool. So, that's all that is, just an alternate cover. More Batman, just with a different name. It's a horror series called Maw. We know that guy. We know these, Yep. I've heard this is cool. I like Mark Russell, Mike Deodato Jr., but I haven't read it yet. This is like from the Wonder Woman world. Nubia, she's like a character from Wonder Woman, so she's got a series right now. Maria's got a cool new series, Porcelain. Like her art a lot. We got the Power Rangers. Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino have this cool new Primordial series. Probably gonna wait for the trade, but I've heard it's really good. New number 1 from Ram V and crew. Yeah, really cool. Radio Apocalypse. Cool. Always fun to get a new number 1 in. You know, so much promise. So much... I hope nobody feels like a sucker if you're just subscribing to like regular Robin. You know, it's like none of us knew they were gonna just like nobody buys like just regular Raisin Bran, right? You get the 2 scoops extra raisins. So, man, I feel like they would have added $1 to that. DC loves adding $1 to stuff, so maybe that would have been like, you know, like 5 times as many Robins, 5 times the price. So this is the big one. Wow, all the way at the end of the video. Superman, Son of Kellet, number 5. I've heard this series is really good, and this one has been all up in the Fox News for this reason. Smoochy. So pretty cool. John Kent, I believe that's the first issue where he like comes out as smooching a dude. So how far we've come as a society. No, but seriously, it's a really good series, and I'm you know, psyched for, you know, John Kent's a great character, and it's all I'm a big Tom Taylor fan, the writer, and it's you know, it's gonna live up to the hype on that one. Final issue of Wasted Space. This is like a video game, I think. New Wonder Woman miniseries. We sold out or pre-sold all of our copies of X-Force, but there's this cool like Native American month, Heritage Month variant. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, like we still have some signed copies of What's the Furthest Place from Here by local artist Tyler Boss. So I think we have 1 or 2 left behind the counter. Just message us if you want one. We've just been kind of holding on to them for folks. But yeah, we still have a ton of copies. First issue is great. Can't wait to read more. Written by Matthew Rosenberg and Tyler Boss. All right, so that gets us to the end of the video. So thank you so much. Yeah, hit us up if we can help in any way. We got lots of comic books for sale. All right, thanks so much, y'all. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye.